Coming up on Lexington Now, Lexington police get a new Central Sector headquarters. 2 boys who saved a drowning family member are named Little Heroes. And if you like things that go bump in the night and make your skin crawl, well, we've got an event just for you. Roberts, and welcome to this week's edition of Lexington Now, where we give you an inside look at what's going on around the urban county government. Mayor Jim Gray joined public safety officials to open the police department's new Central Sector Roll Call Center. This new building is going to really enhance the department's service to the community.
Well, good morning, everyone, and I want to welcome especially our council members, and we've had a couple of council members just arrive, and Councilmember Scutchfield, Councilmember Bledsoe, Councilmember Stennett, Fred Brown, and Richard Maloney. Did I get everybody? Nope. Oh, Councilmember Bill Farmer, I'm coming to you in just a minute. I'm coming to you next. I also want to recognize Fire Chief Kristen Chilton, who is here. Kristen, where are you? She, just an hour or two ago, she dispatched, as our fire chief, she dispatched 18, isn't that right, Kristen? Is that right? 20. It's up to 20 of our firefighters to Texas, to College Station, Texas, just outside of Houston. These are incredibly well-trained members of our fire department, extraordinary in every respect, and it really illustrates the caring and compassionate city that Lexington is and that our whole region is. So we extend our sympathies, of course. We're reaching out to those in these areas of extraordinary devastation. That's what Lexington is all about. So, Chief, thank you for your leadership there. I want to welcome our Commissioner of Public Safety, Ronnie Baston, who's up here with us this afternoon, Chief Mark Barnard, Brian Wood of BC Wood Properties, and Central Sector Commander Brian Maynard. We're going to come to all these folks in just a minute. I also want to recognize the members of the police command staff who are here today, Assistant Chief Sean Coleman, Assistant Chief Melissa Sedlacek. Melissa couldn't be here, but Special Operations, which is under her direction, will be moving here. Assistant Chief Ron Compton, Investigations, and Assistant Chief Dwayne Holman from Administration. Since 2011, there have been many significant investments in public safety, and today we're talking about another one of those investments, a new Central Sector Roll Call Office, double the size of the previous sector office. This new facility gives our police the room they need to operate effectively, but it keeps them firmly rooted in the neighborhoods they serve. Now, our police force is growing. We have an authorized strength of 630 officers today, and that's the highest it's ever been. That includes the addition of 30 officers. That's part of our new budget. Council supported this initiative to begin the process of establishing a 4th sector. And these officers are step 1 in that process. We have nearly 50 recruits that are currently in the Police Training Academy, and they will graduate next month. Just this week, Chief Barnard selected applicants for the next recruit class, and we're still accepting police officer applications. So it's an exciting time for the Lexington Police Department.
Good afternoon, everyone. I do welcome you to the 5th Council District. I think this facility symbolizes what I would call the slogan for the Jim Gray administration, which is, if you can dream it, you can do it. Chief Barnard dreamt it, and Brian Wood did it, and we're all standing in it right now. This bookends with the brand new fire station across the parking lot. And while we're close to downtown, we can get downtown easily to a lot of neighborhoods. This continues to reaffirm our commitment to the new high school out the road and to the whole of Hamburg out the road, because we have a lot of ability to get there from here. I know that neighbors all around here will be happy that this is a higher profile place and a place of safety, a place of calm if you're here. And I would just tell you that that's how we like for each council district to be, but right now the 5th District's doing it today. So Mayor, thank you very much.
Well, First of all, thanks to the mayor and the city council who have been extremely supportive of public safety, especially over the last 3 years. It's been tough times for public safety. You all have stood by us. You've been very courageous. You've stood up for us and helped us in times of need, so we appreciate it. Just going back over and looking at it, this building, this facility, our first year anniversary with the body-worn cameras, over $1 million investment. Looking at that coming from council, created such trust with our community. They funded a new K-9 facility. The first K-9 in Kentucky started in Lexington. That's the original facility from the 70s the officers are operating out of, and it's in horrendous shape. You all have funded that. 52 applicants we hired yesterday that we authorized for hiring, and a new home for Central Sector and the 4th Sector. So we are very appreciative of your leadership and the council's support and leadership and all that you do for us. This is not just Central Sector. This is home to so much more. Upstairs is going to be our Central Sector roll call. We moved across the street right over to here. I started my career, and I was telling Brian this, in this exact facility called Eastland Roll Call, which is in the back of this facility. I started my career here as a patrolman, and ending up back in this is pretty momentous for us. Downstairs, we're going to have Clear Unit, Community Services, Neighborhood Resource Officers, our backgrounds in polygraph. They did over 1,000 applicants with polygraphs and background investigations just for the police department this year. And our alcohol beverage control office, so everybody can come here instead of having to go downtown and try to find the spaces. The mayor mentioned this is double the size of the old Central Sector, giving us more room to do more things. The room you're in right now, we met with our neighborhood association over a year ago. This is their room. This is where people come. This is Central Sector. This is where they can have their neighborhood meetings. They can come voice their concerns. They can have Boy Scout, Girl Scouts. We want to encourage them to use our facility. This wouldn't have happened without everyone coming together. And Brian Woods, I want to thank him so much to see this facility from the outside, inside, gutted and reformatted to our specs, what we needed, in 7 months. And that's an amazing project that him and his team put together. But we want to be an anchor in this community. We have been here before. When I started my career in 1986, we were there. We moved across the street to Goodwin Drive, and we didn't want to leave the Eastland area because we want to be in this part of the city. So thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council, for all you all have done. And Brian, thank you so much for all your help in it, too. Thank you.
On the count of 3, y'all ready? Need any more? Okay, on the count of 3 then. 1, 2, 3.
For more information, you can visit the police page. It's on the city's website, lexingtonky.gov. 2 young boys have been named Little Heroes after saving their 2-year-old family member from drowning. The 8-year-old and 9-year-old kids were honored for their bravery by the fire department.
Well, thank you all so much for being here today. I'm standing in for Mayor Jim Gray, who sends his congratulations. He wishes he could be here, but his schedule wouldn't allow him to be here with us. You know, at City Hall, we have the opportunity to meet so many amazing citizens who help make Lexington the great place that it is. Today, I'm honored to introduce you to 2 little guys who showed up in a big way to become heroes to their 2-year-old family member. Earlier this year, Chase Covey and Parker Everhard saved little Jax Covey from a potentially dangerous situation, potentially deadly situation, and worked to get help from 911 and the fire department.
This fire station is in my neighborhood. I am often aware of what the firefighters are doing to help protect our community, but this is a different occasion where we're recognizing citizens. I just wanted to add my thoughts about how important it is for everybody to help out, and looking forward to seeing the young folks get their reward. Thank you.
So today, we are glad to give a meritorious civilian citation to Chase Covey and Parker Everhand. So we give them a round of applause. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that incident. So back in May, we've kind of got the story from between his mother and between the crews that actually made the run, that back in May, Little Jax here was in the swim at his grandparents' back in the yard, and his brother and cousin here heard a splash in the back of the backyard, and they were quick enough to think that doesn't sound right. So they ran around really quickly and saw his little brother here in the swimming pool. So he jumped into action, pulled his little brother out of the pool, and Parker knew to immediately run around, get his grandparents, and knew to pick up the phone and call 911 immediately to call for the fire department's response. So because of their quick action, that's probably why this little boy is sitting here today. So when Engine 22 arrived, they were able to quickly administer oxygen to Jax, and he became more responsive on his way to the hospital. So Lieutenant Robert Crovo, who's standing over here, oh, there he is, right there, sorry, I didn't see y'all standing there, went to the call, actually said within a short time of being at the hospital, Jax was coming around and he was asking when he could go home. He's like, is it time for me to go home yet? And he said if it wasn't for these two little heroes that we have here today, this situation could have come out and ended up a whole lot differently. And I think we can all say that as we had a situation just last week here in Lexington that turned out a whole lot differently. So, we know that this could have been, turned out very similar to that one. The Division of Fire and Emergency Services, Meritorious Civilian Citation, Chase Covey. This commendation is presented to you for your effort and courage you displayed on May 27, 2017. When your 2-year-old brother, Jack, slipped away and jumped into the pool, you were the first to realize what had happened, and you immediately took action. You wisely instructed your cousin, Parker, to get help, while you pulled your little brother out of the pool to safety. It is because of your clear thinking, quick action, and the teamwork displayed between you and Parker the tragedy was averted on this day. The Lexington Fire Department believes your actions to be both honorable and heroic, and therefore we present you with this Meritorious Civilian Citation, given on this 31st day in August 2017. Okay, now it's your turn. Are you ready? Okay, the Division of Fire and Emergency Services, Meritorious Civilian Citation to Parker Everhand. This commendation is presented to you for your effort and courage displayed on May 27, 2017, when your 2-year-old cousin, Jax, slipped away and jumped into the pool. You were one of the first to realize what had happened, and you immediately took action. You automatically went to go and get help, while your cousin Chase went to the pool to pull Jax to safety. It is because of your quick action, clear thinking, and teamwork displayed between you and Chase that a tragedy was averted on this day. The Lexington Fire Department believes your actions to be both honorable and heroic, and therefore presents you Meritorious Civilian Citation, given on this 31st day on August 2017. There you go. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Chief Chilton. Congratulations, boys. It's not every day you get to meet rock stars, and I think we just met a couple right here. So I'm certainly glad to know you and want to thank you for your service to our community. It's certainly a joy to honor our little heroes, but we can't leave today without honoring the big heroes that were involved in this incident also. Engine 22, EC4, and E911 staff Ted Adams and Paul Hamilton. Thank you all for what you did that day and continue to do day in and day out for the citizens of Lexington.
Hi, I'm Peyton Covey. My mom couldn't do this because she thought I couldn't break down. And we just want to say thank you to everybody who helped us. And thank you to Chase and Jax and all the people that helped him. And we thank God, because if we didn't pray, he might not be here with us. We thank everybody. Thank you.
To see this full, totally adorable event, you can visit Lex TV on YouTube. Scary clowns, goblins, and zombies are about to be unleashed in Lexington. We'll explain what that means after the break.
We have more miles of running water than any state in the continental U.S. You may not know it, but all our streams catch water directly from storm sewers on our streets. When someone tosses a cigarette butt on Main, it could end up in Town Branch. Don't trash the bluegrass.
Hello, I'm Detective Mark Thomas with the Lexington Police Department. You may also know me from Bluegrass Crime Stoppers. I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about a new texting system that we have available through any smartphone. In the body of your message, you can text LexPD plus your tip to crimes. When you're submitting anonymous information, we ask that you include several things that would help us conduct the investigations more thoroughly, such as a person's name, their home address, possible license plate numbers, any other people involved, or why you think that they're conducting the type of activity that you believe that they are. All of those things, no matter how small you believe they could be, are relevant to the investigation. So please include those. So remember, you can send your anonymous tip information either through text, you can call the Bluegrass Crime Stoppers anonymous tip line at 859-253-2020, or you can go online to bluegrasscrimestoppers.com. Thank you.
Cigarette butts are Lexington's #1 most littered item. Don't trash the bluegrass.
Welcome back to the show. So if you like being startled, scared, and just straight up creeped out, there's good news. Lexington's annual Scare Fest is coming up. The Horror and Paranormal Convention is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, so organizers plan to make sure that you squeal from fright and delight.
So the Scarefest is September 29th to October 1st, and it's in downtown Lexington at the Lexington Convention Center, where it's been held for the last 10 years.
The biggest reason that we are in downtown Lexington is because the Lexington Convention Center is the largest and most technologically advanced venue to hold something as large as the Scarefest. The other reason is because we absolutely love downtown Lexington. We try to work with as many local independent businesses that are situated downtown as possible. If the Lexington Center were located anywhere else, it would be a hard decision because we absolutely love to work with everybody downtown.
If you've never been to Scarefest, the best way to think about it is a Comic-Con that's geared towards all things scary and paranormal and Halloween related.
There's something for everybody there, and you just expect to be entertained. It's so much more than horror. So it's a party, it's for kids, it's for everybody.
So you have this big, huge space of people that are like-minded, that have the same interests, that come together and create kind of a little community in and of itself that's all geared towards the magic of scary movies growing up, all those things that are pretty awesome. When
I began working for Scarefest, I brought Nicole and her husband in as sponsors, and they work for the 2 different local disability nonprofit agencies here in town. So we began working with them to bring in a completely different set of clients that usually don't get to experience the fun that is Scarefest or something like it. We work with a lot of nonprofits, mostly local, but some regional. We have about 10 to 12 spots set aside specifically for donated space for nonprofit use. And then we trade and collaborate throughout the year as well. We do a lot of entertainment at different parties they have, charity, fundraisers, things like that. So we're busy with the nonprofits all year. It's not just at the show.
We definitely want to support the nonprofits in our community and let them be part of this event as much as they would like to be.
It's not just horror, and it's not a haunted house. So when you come, you don't expect to be scared at all.
Most of all, I think you're going to have a great time. We've changed a lot up this year.
We have a huge paranormal lineup.
A lot of the vendors and things, if you're looking for the macabre or things that you can't find at your local Walmart, that are very interesting and horror movie related, or you kind of go in for that thing. We've got a huge selection of vendors to come by. Like
visual artists, people that do paintings and 3D sculptures, everything from horror to sci-fi. You can find a swamp monster, you can find clowns, you can find black swan ballerinas in full motion.
We've got speakers who tell you and can teach you how to ghost hunt and do things of your own. And then also like a chance to meet with the stars and celebrities of your favorite movies and kind of talk about what that process was like.
And we add sci-fi, more sci-fi this year.
We've added sci-fi, pop culture, rock stars.
Sunday is a good day to go for younger kids because there's a lot of stuff to do and it's really fun. But for like a kid my age, it's fun to come like every day.
You've got people that do essential oils, crystals.
We have psychic readers. We have an entire area dedicated to the Lexington Psychic Lounge. So that's in conjunction with the Mystical Fair. We have about 20 different psychics, healers, things like that, that people can, it's a little off to the side of the main expo floor. So you get a little privacy if you wanted to go get a reading.
I just think that you know, it's a lot of fun condensed into 4 days of just awesomeness.
You can find anything, really. Expect anything.
Well, we've got a bit of a shorter week here in the urban county government because all government offices will be closed in observance of the Labor Day holiday. But we still have the Planning Commission meeting, which will be televised on Thursday on Lex TV. You can also catch it live streaming as well as our other programming on Lex TV, online at lexingtonky.gov/LexTV, or again, you can always watch us on our news station, channel 185. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Lexington Now. We'll return next week with more news from the urban county government. But in the meantime, you can keep up with what we're doing by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also get 24/7 traffic updates by following us on Twitter. Our handle for that is @LexRex. Or you can check out our live interactive cameras online if you like to see exactly what's going on with your own two eyes. You can find them on our website. You know where it is, lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Sherelle Roberts, and that's it for now.